Jake here for American Trucks, and today we've got the Lux Series LED projector headlights with black housings and clear lenses, fitting 2015 to 2017 F-150s with factory halogen headlights. If you're sick and tired of poor visibility or maybe just the way that your headlights look, these are an excellent way to bring some updated styling and vastly improved lighting performance to your F-150 for a reasonable price. They pack a lot of good features into an almost OEM type package, making for a really easy and complete update to your truck. Upgrading from halogens to full LEDs is sure to make a massive improvement in visibility, and the Lux Series lights that we have here today certainly accomplish that with a nice bit of visual updating to go along with it. Now, while the lighting improvement is important, I want to start with those visuals first. The internal matte black housing here gives these a really aggressive look, so no matter what color truck you put them on, these are going to make it look just that much more sinister. The visual updates continue too with these huge LED light bars around the outer edges of the light. Now, not only do these look cool, but they also function as your daytime running lights and as your turn signals. So these are switchback LEDs, lighting up white when they're the DRL, switching to amber for your turn signals. Now, the turn signals are also sequential, making them just that much cooler, and it ties into the Mustang component as well, giving you a little bit of extra familiarity through the Ford line. Now, to help forge that aggressive style, they also feature these claw-style marker lights in between those main beams. However, the biggest difference between these and your stock lights are going to be in those main beams. Now, the top one here functions as your main low beam, with the one on the bottom functioning as a high beam. Both feature a patented rectangular projector lens, and there's some proprietary LED technology baked inside too. These are really bright and they feature a really defined, really clean cutoff. So it's going to be much better than your regular incandescent or halogen bulbs in your factory lights. Now, these also feature an activation light, which is a sequential light show that's going to happen when you lock or unlock the truck or turn it on. It just adds that OEM type feel and look, and frankly, it's just kind of cool. It's something neat to watch when you're walking up to it. It's a little extra something that you get to feast your eyes on every time you walk up to your truck. And all of this is made better by the fact that these are also DOT, SAE, and FMV 108 SS approved, meaning that they are fully street legal. There's even integrated adjusters in the back to get them aimed properly, maintaining that full legality. Construction is also a high point for these. Now, the outer housings are made from polypropylene, while the inner housings feature that satin black coloring and the clear polycarbonate lens over top. So you get that blacked out look, the stealthy appearance without having to sacrifice lighting output. Now, these lenses also have an anti-fog agent inside, plus another coating on the outside. So combined with that polycarbonate, that means these are going to stay clear and resist fading and yellowing over time. Now, inside, I kind of mentioned this earlier, these feature specifically designed LED chips for superior light output and longevity, so they're made to fit these lights specifically. And since these are fully LED, that means they're going to have a really long lifespan and you don't have to worry about changing out bulbs either. Pricing comes in at about $825 for the pair. And for a set of full LED lights that integrate like these do and have the kind of feature set that these do, I think these are comparatively a pretty decent value. Now, you're saving a bit versus some of the other options in the category, but you are definitely not sacrificing on style or functionality or lighting output. And really, that's what it comes down to most. Installation is going to get a 2 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and it should take you about 2 hours to get this job completed. Now, these are going to require you to do a bit of wiring for the daytime running light to function, including using a fuse tap to get them hooked up. Otherwise, most of the functions will be plug and play, and these are going to bolt right in otherwise. So if you feel comfortable doing a little bit of wiring, this is certainly a job you can accomplish at home. And with that, let's head over to the install bay and we'll walk you through the process.
For this install, you will need a wire stripper and crimper, a fuse tap, which will need to be purchased separate because it is not included with the kit, a fuse puller or needle nose pliers, a 7, 8, 10, and 11 millimeter sockets, extension, a ratchet, an adapter if needed, a cordless ratchet if you have it, and a clip removal tool. Hello everyone, today we're going to show you how to install some headlights on your F-150. Let's get started. After we have our hood popped, the first step will be to remove the negative battery terminal to protect any electrical components while we're working on this install. To do that, I will be using a 10 millimeter socket with a ratchet. Our next step will be to remove the upper push pin for our trim panel using our push pin removal tool. And repeat this process for the other side. Next, remove the 2 lower trim bolts located in the wheel well using your 7mm socket. Now give your trim panel a firm tug, and it should come right off. Next, remove your inner trim panel, which is 1 8mm bolt, 6 10mm bolts, and a push pin on the back side. Next, remove your 3 last 10mm bolts, 2 on the top and 1 is recessed in the middle, which you will need an extension for. For this last 10mm bolt, you will need an extension in your 10mm socket, and it is located in line with the lower half of your headlight. Now pull your headlight out. Once the headlight is out, you can now unplug your electrical connectors. Our next step is going to be running and installing our DRL harness. Now your kit is not going to come with this fuse tee, but you will need it to properly install the DRL harness. So we will be installing that into the fuse block and crimping your gray wire into the fuse tee to fully integrate it with your harness. First, remove your fuse panel cover. And for this, we want to find fuse 97, which is located right here. It is a 10 amp fuse. Remove the fuse either using a fuse puller provided with your vehicle or a set of needle nose. Take that out. Our next step will be to crimp our gray wire into our fuse tee. Double check to make sure it's secure. Reinstall your tee into the fuse slot. Next, you want to run your wiring harness over to your passenger side, however you prefer, to make sure you can connect your new headlights without any issues. And we can tuck our harness in once we have it installed. And your DRL harness will go right directly into the white wire on the bullet connector on the back of your headlight. And set it back into its place. Now you can reinstall your 3 10mm bolts, remembering that this one is far in the backside. Now install your 2 top bolts. Next, reinstall your inner trim panel. You may have to reach back and line up the backside to get the bolts. Now reinstall your outer trim panel. Now reinstall your upper push pin to hold it in place. And lastly, reinstall your two 7mm bolts in the wheel well. And the process is the same for both sides, so once you've got both headlights installed, you will now come to your battery and install your positive and negative terminals for your DRL harness. Using your 11mm socket, you want to loosen your posts and slide your connectors in and tighten them back down. And loosen your negative post using a 10mm socket and slide your negative terminal in. Tighten it back down, and now you can reinstall your negative battery terminal.
That about wraps up our review and install of the Lux Series LED projector headlights with black housings and clear lenses, fitting 2015 to 2017 F-150s with factory halogen headlights. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, for all things F-150, be sure to keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.